Let's get into
No.
this whole pharmacy path and journey. So
Sure.
you're currently a pharmacy student, correct?
Yes, correct.
So tell me, like, how did you decide, being in Cairo, Egypt, like your upbringing, how did you decide like you wanted to get into pharmacy, period?
Okay, so first, when I was in school, like a normal kid, I first went to a private school. So we studied curriculum in English. So we study everything like social studies, we study language, and then with science. But everything was in English because our main language, like my first language, is Arabic. So we have
Mm,
both options open. You can study in Arabic and then you can study in English. But for English, you have to go to the extra mile and kind of pay to get into a private school. So that's what my parents did, really, and got me into a private school first. And I started studying science. As a kid, I was so interested in it. I loved English and everything. I loved language, but I also loved science especially, and I felt gravitation towards it. And I didn't love the other subjects like the literature and the social studies and everything. It was just a lot for me, so I didn't like that at all. So I knew I would go down the path of studying science, and I would go to college and I would study something science related, but I didn't know what it was. So in the last year, you usually just go down the route of becoming, a high school student and everything, and you become more specialized as you grow as a student. So you specialize first in you either go down the path of literature or the path of sciences. So sciences also includes both math and science, so biology and chemistry and everything, and just
right.
calculus and the other mathematical things. And the rest of the people go down the history and psychology and all of those things. So I didn't choose that. I chose science. And then further down the road, the last year of pharmacy, the last year of high school, you have to go to this kind of examination that is a big deal here in Egypt. It's like the GCSEs in the UK. It's written down about in the newspaper. It's everywhere. People anticipate it, and that's because they qualify you for college. So, or university, I don't know what you call it, but college is when you graduate, you have the certificate and you become a professional. So that's why it's a big deal, because if you do well, you go into a good college, and if you don't do well, you just kind of you either repeat it, which nobody does really because it's a lot of work, or you go into the college that you're sorted into without, doing anything about it. So I knew that I
That's
had to.
interesting. That's
Yeah, you
interesting.
don't really have a choice, really.
So wait, so in college over there, you're like you because you use this word, you said sorted.
Yeah,
So you're
sorted.
telling me that it's like you're on a that's crazy. So it's kind of sounds like an assembly line
Well,
almost.
let me
Like you're
yeah,
like
it's
you're on
like
a
that,
line
but
and just getting
you
sorted.
kind of have a choice. No. Yeah. It's ridiculous a little bit, but when it's like that, it sounds like we don't have any choice, but we do a little bit. So when you're studying, you have to score the best score over unlock every college there is. So you unlock medicine, you unlock pharmacy, unlock dentistry when you get the best grade. But if you're lucky that this year, the year that you get the results, the college not have a high, demand, and it will lower its grade of requirement. So medicine sometimes takes about 90%, 98% as a score that you need to have 98% to get in. Sometimes it even gets to 99% because the grades system here in Egypt is in percent. So that's why. Um, so you have to do in your examination really well to unlock certain colleges, and then you get a choice. So you just write down your choices in a list and send that to the government, basically, just to make sure that you choose well. Like, I want medicine, and then if I don't get medicine, I will get pharmacy. If I don't get pharmacy, I get something else.
So
And
wait,
if you
so
don't
wait,
want the
let me
same,
make
like
sure
if
I
you don't want
understand
to
this,
rank
what
it
you're saying.
by the
You have to literally
yeah.
submit your request to your government on like what you want to study.
Uh, no, it's like you just take the examinations, and according to your grade, you get into the school. It's pretty similar to everywhere in the world, but if you want to go into a governmental college, you kind of have to
Oh,
do the
governmental college.
governmental
I'm with
route.
you.
Yeah,
Okay, makes
there's
sense.
yeah.
Got it.
Because there's also private college, like there is governmental
Uh-huh.
school, there's
Uh-huh.
a private school. That's all we have here. So for a
Right.
private college, you have to pay a lot. So like in the US, you pay a ridiculous amount of money. So
Yeah.
here we also have that. It's a lot. But if you want to go to governmental school, which is way cheaper, it's way cheaper, but it is reputable, and it's known over the world. And if you want to get a scholarship, a lot of people know about, for example, I go to Cairo University, and Cairo University is known abroad. So, and it's accredited, and it's reputable. So you work really hard to get in there. So that's what I did. I really worked hard to get where I am today, and to get into Cairo University, and is a faculty of pharmacy, Cairo University. So I go to the pharmacy branch of Cairo University. You know what I mean? So it has different colleges under the name of Cairo University, and it differs in the majors. So, and the courses that you take. So in faculty of pharmacy, I studied organic chemistry. I studied analytical chemistry in the first year. So it prepares you to being a pharmacist, but you're still not studying pharmacology and all of the good stuff like that you will need as a pharmacist. You study just basic sciences, and then you start becoming like, you know, you become familiar with other subjects like pharmacology and just clinical pharmacy and being in a hospital and being in a community pharmacy. So that becomes later on, maybe in the third year. That's why we have a large, you know, a longer program of pharmacy, because for you guys, I heard that you have to go to college first and major in certain things and then get into becoming a pharmacist, which doesn't require a lot of
Mm-hmm.
years. Here we have like 5 years of becoming a pharmacist, because we kind of, you know, collide them all in one thing, and you both become familiar with the basic sciences and then become a pharmacist, and then you graduate becoming a registered pharmacist.
Yeah. So yeah, for sure. Over here, it is like that. Some programs they are moving more towards a mesh. So they are kind of moving more. Typically before it was like, yeah, 4 years, you get your bachelor's, then you're moving into more advanced profession. They call them professional degree
Oh,
of being a pharmacist or more advanced degree. But now
oh,
actually they
that was
are
really
moving.
confusing for me.
Say that
That was
again.
confusing to me because that was really confusing to me because we take bachelor's and become a pharmacist at the same time, so we choose our
Yes.
profession.
Right,
Yes,
right, right.
that's the
Yeah,
difference. That's why I was really confused.
exactly. And so now they are doing a lot of programs are developing more towards a mesh. I call it like meshing it together, like similar to what you guys do,
Mm.
to where now you do 2 years of what they call prerequisites, or so they are like those basic courses like organic chemistry, chemistry two, physics, and then after the 2 years, now you go into
Mm.
your track plan on the actual being a pharmacist. You start learning that material, the more specifics like the pharmacology and
Oh,
all of that. So some programs are doing it, but the overall, I'd
right.
say over 80% are doing it the way that I told you before. 4 years, then you go for your professional degree. So that is a big difference over
Oh, so
there.
how long does it take to become an actual pharmacist there in the US, like the professional degree?
The average track plan, so once you do your 4 years, it takes you 4 years to get a bachelor. Some people do it sooner though. Some people do it in three. And then
Mm.
after that, you're going to pharmacy school. That's another 4. Some programs are less than
Oh,
that. They are having programs that are a lot quicker, but the typical, like the status quo, is like 4 years, 4 years.